goal was to go to all 50 states and to meet with all the legislators I could and all the Gold Star families I could find and share my message and tell the story of honor and remember and the flag and the importance of the flag. And Scott was there. We had some legislators there from the area, John Cosgrove.
Yeah.
I can't remember all who was there. And so I was sent off, right? They sent me off. And so for almost 6 months, I traveled around. I did 30,000 miles in the RV, and I went to every single state. I met with 23 governors. This was during an election year. I managed to see 23 governors, and I can't tell you how many legislators. And I presented flags to families, all in every single state. My goal was to present a personalized flag to a Vietnam or older veteran's family, a Gold Star family, and a current family. So past generation and current generation. And I did that in over all 50 states. I presented over 100 flags in my trip. But the last thing I did, I hope you remember this, but when I was done with my trip, the last place I landed was Arlington Cemetery.
Mm-hmm.
And in Arlington Cemetery, I had a ceremony. And in that ceremony, we talked about the trip, and we had family. There was over 300 people there at the ceremony. Scott was one of the speakers at the ceremony. And after we spoke, everybody took flags. They took an honor remember flag, and they took a U.S. flag, and they planted them in the ground at Arlington Cemetery. It took about 2 hours, and we planted 16,000 flags across the entire Section 60 where many of our current war on terror are buried. Mm-hmm. Well, the next day, so remember there's 300 people, and we planted 16,000 flags. Well, the next day, I promised the director at Arlington Cemetery that I would not leave the flags in the ground because I didn't want them to get trashed. When they pick up that stuff, they throw it away.
I know.
So I promised them that we'd clean it all up. So the next day, 10 of us went back, including the Campbell family. They were there, and Carl Dozier, I don't know if you know him. We went back, 10 of us, and we picked up all 16,000 flags. And it took us all day.
I can imagine.
We picked them up. And so over the years, this has been 10 years now, over the years, I've kept those flags in a very special place. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to give you a set of those flags.
Wow.
I'd be honored.
That was
George.
planted in Arlington Cemetery 10 years ago with this man right here being a part of it, and leave you with, there's still got Arlington dirt at the bottom of these scabs. And I'd like to present this to you as my gift.
I appreciate this, George. It's going to be placed in a place of honor in my home. But I'll put an inscription with it so people know what they're looking at.
You can add it to your museum.
I sure will.
Very meaningful,
I appreciate
George.
that.
Very, very meaningful.
Oh my God.
So, a small thing, but I just want to thank you and appreciate you for your service.
Small in size, but enormous and needed.
Thank you.
Needed.
I know I'm sure you lost a lot of friends.
Yes.
And I would just want you to know that, beyond you and beyond Scott and beyond myself, we are leaving this flag as a legacy for all generations.
I appreciate that. One thing when you're as old as I am, I don't know why I'm saying this, but I think it was yesterday I mentioned to Scott the anniversary of our first invasion of '84. And years ago, I'd get a call or I'd call somebody, we were so many years ago, ain't got nobody to call now, they're gone.
I know. That's a hard thing when you outlive all your friends.
Yeah.
Yes.
you know, it really
Pretty
is.
much has.
Yeah.
Mm.
Well,
What a
you-
great gift, a very meaningful gift. Very meaningful. Dad, I mean, of all people to give it to, I mean, that's who he is.
Yeah, well,
yeah.
means a lot for me to be able to meet you and to be here.
George, I appreciate that.
Yeah, yeah, you know, this, I only know one other, Iwo Jima survivor who's still alive. You might have met him, Woody Williams. He's a Medal of Honor recipient. Have you ever met Woody?
No, I don't think so. He might have been at one of the reunions we had, but I don't know him personally.
Pull up the mess, just in case.
No,
I mean, you know, just in abundance
So,
of
yep, so
caution.
Woody Williams is 96. He's a Medal of Honor recipient from Iwo Jima. He's the only living Medal of Honor recipient probably from World War II anymore, because he's 96 or something
Yes.
this year.
Huh.
But he's still with us. He lives in West Virginia. And I had an opportunity to share with him and just spend some time with him over coffee. And one of the things I asked him was, I said, you did not storm those beaches and go up that mountain for everyone back home. You did it for everyone that was there with you.
That's right.
You know, because you wanted to save everybody, right? You didn't want
That's
anyone
right.
to
That's-
not go home.
You got it exactly.
And so when they raised that flag, and you talked about the flag in the book, which I didn't know there was a second picture.
Yeah.
So that was interesting, but when that flag was raised, I believe it was raised for the lives that were lost and not the life, and you know, you were thinking about the situation and saving as many of your buddies as you could.
You got it right, George.
And so my belief in this flag, in this, the Honor and Remember flag, is that when I see that picture at Iwo Jima, that iconic picture, I see the men that are raising that flag wrapped in an Honor and Remember flag. Because they embody every life that was lost to raise that American flag.
It was a real diverse group. Indian, guy from Texas, Harlan,
Yeah, yeah.
just ordinary guys doing the extraordinary thing.
Absolutely. Young men. We forget that, you know, when we see the older veterans, we go, oh, these are just smart,
Yeah.
you know, intelligent,
Yeah.
you know,
20-year-olds, 18.
but they're just kids. Everybody was a kid.
Yeah, we had one guy, 27, we called him Pappy.
Right.
That's
Now
funny.
that puts it in perspective right there.
Yeah,
27 is a senior guy.
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. My son was 25, and I think he was considered the older. I don't know,
Yeah, he
you know.
would be,
And he was just a private, so.
yeah.
But, yeah. So this is what I see, and this is what I continue to do, is to honor those men who gave all, and the families that hopefully don't want the rest of us to forget. You know,
It's good work you're doing.
Repeat what I said, I wish we had more people like you folks.
I have one question for you. I want to know if the landing on the moon was fake.
Oh, gosh!
He'll prove that to be false. Wait till you go upstairs.
I had to ask.
This story in the book where this colored lady used to work for, you know, Johnny May, Catherine.
Yes, Johnny May.
I visit her every time I go back to my little hometown. And after the first visit after that, was a group of us in our yard talking. She called me and, Miss Ike, I need to ask you a question. She pulled me away from the crowd. And I don't know, I know you didn't do that on the moon. Now, tell me how you did it. I said, John Mayer, no, you trust me now, you know me. I ain't gonna tell nobody.
She didn't believe it happened.
True story.
I kept insisting, and you know, later, before I got back, she passed away. She passed away thinking I wouldn't tell her.
Uh,
If I'm known that, thinking I would have made a fake story
Yeah.
for her.
Yeah.
Because she passed away thinking I didn't trust her enough to tell how we faked that.
oh my goodness. Well, that's one of those things that's
Yeah.
always out there, right?
Yeah.
Very good.
Yeah.
Well, you wanna show me around, or how are we gonna do?